up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Love After Lockup. Now, look. Y'all been asking me to review this show, okay? And I asked y'all, I said, y'all sure y'all want me to review this show? And y'all were like, yes. Y'all set me up. This show is a hot, buttered mess. Do you hear me? Y'all have set me up on this show. Love. Okay, so this is season 2, episode 40. But they were saying like this was a new season beginning. So y'all gonna have to work with me because I thought this was a new season starting. And it seemed like it was a new season. But then, whatever. I've been watching this show off and on. So some of these storylines I'm a little familiar with. But what I'm going to do is just go through what we saw on this episode couple by couple. Because I ain't going to keep doing the back and forth. So we have Lacey, Shane, and John. Lacey and Shane are together. Shane is younger than Lacey. Lacey has had a lot of plastic surgery. Okay? She got the lips, she got the boobs, whatever. I guess Lacey has a decent job because she pays all the bills. Shane is young. He's been in jail since he was young. So I feel like his emotional development stopped there. She's had... Now, John was who she was with before. And I guess, again, I'm sure this has all been played out in earlier episodes. This whole triangle love affair thing. But I'm going to just deal with what I saw. They went to the doctor because she had her tubes tied. So she's getting her tubes untied because he wants to have a baby. Now, she don't seem like she all that gung-ho necessarily. But I think she's doing it for him or whatever. Honey, even the doctor was concerned. Even the doctor was like, I'm not sure if he's mature enough to have a child yet. Like, I'm a little bit worried about him and his maturity level as far as all this is concerned. I'm a little concerned. And I was concerned too, doctor. I was concerned too. Even when they were talking about what they have to do to have for her to have a child, I mean, it was just like, you know, everything was giggling like he was a little kid. Like he, you know, then he was asking questions like she would say, the embryo. What's an embryo? Did you miss that day of health class? Did they not have health classes in prison? You don't know what an embryo is? They were moving into a new house, and this fool didn't even want to help pack or help. He said, well, we got movers. What are the movers for? And she was like, the movers move what you pack. You still have to pack. Like, the movers aren't, like, you still got to pack. So then, he said, well, what about you? You're not helping. She was like, I pay the bills. I pay all the bills. I feel like you can do, the least you could do is move the stuff. But they have, she has her own children. I don't know. Is John the father? Y'all tell me. Is John the daddy of her other kids? Honey, y'all tell me. Y'all know y'all got to help a sister out. Y'all tell me. So, yeah. Then we saw where I guess it was John got in touch with her. She said she hadn't talked to him since she married Shane. But then I think she heard that he was having chest pains or something. Something was going on with that. Because I couldn't remember if she said John or Charlie. I wrote down in my notes. But is John and Charlie the same person? Who is Charlie, y'all? Is he an ex-boyfriend too? Anyway. But I feel like that situation is about to fizzle out. And she going to be right back with whoever this other dude is. That's how I feel. Now, we have Sarah, Michael, and Megan. Look, now this is the couple I know. I watched a couple of episodes with their storyline, baby, because their storyline is absolutely ridiculously crazy, okay? So Michael is finally off of parole. He done headed his butt down to Arizona to go check on Miss Megan. Megan opens the door like, what you doing here? She won't let him in the house, honey. She took him outside. He talking about something, what's wrong? Why you know... they're in Texas, not Arizona. She said, well, what's wrong with you? Why you acting like that? She said, because I don't want my daddy to see you. Because daddy probably don't watch this show and daddy know that he ain't. Michael had a whole wife. Okay? And then got the wife pregnant. And didn't want to see, I know their story a little bit of their story. Didn't want to tell Megan. Megan found out about Sarah. Anyway, it was a whole lot of back and forth with that, right? But now he off parole and he can fly on a plane freely without having to ask permission. And he done hopped his butt on a plane and flew his happy tail down to Texas. And I guess he thought she was just going to run and jump into his arms. And she was like, and she said, well, you know what? I mean, you're not going to just roll up on here and just jump into my arms and everything is supposed to be okay. Like, you lied to me about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of, water under the bridge with us. We got a long way to go before we can get back to a good place. But you can tell she wants to. You can tell that's what she wants from him. Now, he said that he has his divorce. She talking about where the paperwork. I don't have the paperwork with me right now. That lets you know there ain't no paperwork. Because he done hopped his butt on a plane down there to win you back. And he ain't bring the divorce papers. That's because there are none, dear. Now, when we see Sarah later on in the episode, Sarah says they're legally separated. There's a difference between being legally separated and being divorced. There is a difference. So then he said, well, where you going? You looking all good, girl. Where you going? She said, I'm going out with my best friend, Boo, B, whatever his name is. And he's like, well, she said, you want to come? He was like, yeah, I can come. So they go out for drinks or whatever with the best friend. And you know what? B did what his best friend's supposed to do. B was like, look, I don't like you. I don't like how you played my friend. I don't like the fact that you still around. And why should she trust you? Why should she take you back? Now, Michael's point of view on it is, I don't owe you nothing. Like, I appreciate where you coming from. You her friend and all. But I don't need your approval, bruh. But I feel like you kind of do. But B did what he was supposed to do. That's his friend. He's supposed to look out for his friend. And he definitely supposed to ask all the right questions and inquire about all of these situations. Absolutely, he's supposed to. Absolutely. He doesn't talk to his other two kids, it looks like. We saw Sarah with the daughter and the baby. And the daughter is like how she, want to talk to daddy. She calls, he don't answer the phone. And she was like, he don't never answer the phone when she calls. So then they do so. It was so heartbreaking. She said, you want me to be daddy? You want to talk to me and I pretend like I'm daddy? And then they proceeded to have a whole conversation like she was the daddy to pretend like she was the father. And I said, this has got to be the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. I mean, that is sad. That the mama got to pretend to be the daddy because the daddy ain't answering the phone for the daughter because he's too busy down in Texas trying to win the baby girl back. And she said he doesn't do anything for her financially. She said that, I don't even care about the money. Like, I'll take care of my child. I want the time. I want him to spend time with his children. I want him to be a father. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. So that was what we saw with them, honey. That's what we saw with them. So then we have Marcelina and Brittany. Now, it looks like they had a little thing going on where Marcelina and Brittany, where she has a child by another man, and Marcelina was raising the child, but they had some sort of problem, honey. Now, Brittany is pregnant, okay? And they want a boy. They find out that they have full custody of Gianni. Gianni's the other son that she has from the other guy. They have full custody, and the father's visitation has been suspended. Because the last thing we saw was, they showed us a preview, a flashback of last season where they got into a fist fight, honey. So there was a whole lot going on with that. And that's pretty much all we saw with them. This was sort of like an overview, like to introduce the couple. So that's all we kind of saw with them. Okay. Andrea and Lamar. This a crazy situation too. Okay, so Andrea is Mormon. She's from Utah. She got up with Lamar, moved down to LA. That didn't work out. She took her butt back to Utah. She said she ain't talked to Lamar since. So essentially, they are separated, essentially. Now, because she's Mormon, she keeps bringing that up that she's Mormon, so I'm assuming that that's a big part of her life. And so because of the fact that she is Mormon, honey, she is not going to easily entertain a divorce from this man. But she said, he's a former gangbanger, and she just didn't want him running the streets and getting back into it. But she's happy to be back home with her friends. So we see her at a little sip and see. A friend of hers just had a baby, and they're at the little sip and see, and they get to playing cards and, having a little girls' night or whatever. And they get to ask her questions about Lamar. Like, so what's good? Like, are y'all still together? Are y'all breaking up? Are y'all going to get a divorce? What's going to be the deal between you and Lamar? Like, how can y'all be living in separate states and still be together? All the stuff that all the questions your girlfriend asks you, you ain't really want to answer it because you don't really want to acknowledge how bad your situation is, but it is what it is. So, Honey, she decides that this is the right time for her to confess a secret that she's been sitting on for the last however many years. Come to find out that I guess her youngest child, that they thought the father was somebody else. They didn't know that Lamar was the father because Lamar was locked up at the time. And they were like, well, how in the world can Lamar be the father of this child if he was in jail? Like, y'all weren't married, so y'all couldn't be getting conjugal visits. I was thinking that she was about to say some old crazy stuff like he snuck his semen to her and then like, I thought it was going to be something real crazy about how she got this baby by him. Honey, come to find out, they done bribed the guards, and the guards done let them go in the closet and have sex. And she was like, well, he's off parole now, so he can't get in trouble for that. So I'm going to just go ahead and, I can let the cat out the bag now. Her friends looked at her like she was all kinds of crazy, right? So they was pissed off, but they thought she was crazy all at the same damn time. I said, Lord have mercy. You was messing around having sex with the gods. Now, we did see Cheryl and Josh, I guess. But we didn't really get a lot of information about them. They showed us their backstory, but we didn't really get a lot of their current story. So I guess we'll see more about them next episode. Can't wait. Last but not least, we have Angela and Tony. Now, Angela done started this episode off, honey. She looks like she took a video and sent it to the producers because the video started off with, I wish y'all were here right now so y'all could get this on tape. So what it looks like is that she was burning Tony's stuff, right? She said that she had gotten into his phone. Let me tell you how she got in his phone, y'all. Now, if you have an iPhone, then you don't know what this life is like, right? Back in the day, back when I had with phone, you had SIM cards. And you would take the SIM card out of one phone, put it into another phone. If you got a new phone or whatever, had all your data on it. So, honey, she done took the man's SIM card out of his phone, put it in her phone, so she could get access to all his information. And she proceeded to go through his phone, honey, and she found text messages and all kinds of stuff from women he was sleeping with. Now, Tony done already said in his confessional that he got a problem and he addicted to sex. He said he addicted to women. Tony works down to the hotel. So what it looks like is that not only was Tony entertaining women down to the hotel, he was trading sexual favors with prostitutes and letting them rent rooms for free so they could turn their tricks as long as they broke him off a little something. That is just a lot. So Angela decided that she was going, she was going to burn his stuff away. So when he came home that day, she was like, look, it's over. Like, the engagement, because they were engaged. The engagement's up. I want you to get your shit. I want you to get up out my house. She'd already put his stuff in trash bags, honey. Talking about something. Go and load up your motorcycle and get the hell up out of here. So, he gonna say in his confessional, she my address for the parole office. I can't go nowhere because this is my legal address. I can't leave here or I'm going to be in violation and I'm going to get put back in jail. She gonna get on the phone, right, and call one of the side chicks that she found. Call her. Her name was Brittany. He said, I don't have nowhere to go. She said, oh, wait a minute. Let me call Brittany. She gonna call Brittany and say, Brittany, yeah, this Tony girlfriend. Yeah, I'm putting him out because he's a lying, cheating ass. Can he come live with you? He go, Brittany, that's fine by me. Brittany said you could come live with her. I said, you know what? Angela gangster, y'all. Angela is a chain-smoking gangster. I was cracking all the way up. Do you hear me? Anyway, y'all, that was life after lockup. If I missed anything, I'll catch it the next time around. But y'all done set me up with this show. I'm going to tell you that day. Y'all done set me up.